Hi, this is Sujit Paul here. Today, the prime thing that I would like to discuss with you is how will you actually understand from your friends, families, relatives, neighbors, so on and so forth, whether they truly like you or they're using you or you are their garbage truck or so on and so forth. So, if you have to analyze that whether this specific friend of mine or my colleague or my family or my parents or it could be anyone, whether you are their punching bag or not, how will you understand that parameter? Now, if you are clear and if you have your consciousness towards these couple of points that I'll share with you, you will clearly understand that whether they're very close to you or they are using you as a punching bag. Number one, if you find someone, whether it's your friend, family, relatives, neighbors, office colleagues, so on and so forth, who you will see that every time that they start speaking to you, they try to discuss about their problems. They try to discuss how they are unhappy, how they are facing challenges in their own life. Then they are not really your good families and friends and neighbors and colleagues. So if you find that they are every time speaking about their problems, no, you need to create distance from them. Number one. Number two, if you find that these friends, families, relatives, friends, whenever you speak to them physically or on a telephone call or so on and so forth, their prime agenda is to speak about their melancholy, their issues that they are facing in life that they couldn't solve out, because they are just trying to pour it out onto you to either find a solution or their solace. It clearly means that they really do not much care about you. And if they don't care about you, because at the end of the day, if you and they know that both of you are close to each other and you will equally feel upset or sad or start thinking about that, but they are not really bothered whether you're thinking about that or not. They just want to pour themselves off and get themselves relieved or similar. Then they are not really your true family, friends, neighbors, relatives, colleagues, etc. Now, there is a subtle difference between discussing their issues and problems at times and saying it at most of the time. So you need to really understand that, and you need to be mature enough to see that, okay, let me figure out whether this person, every time that they picks up the phone and speaks to me or talk to me physically, every time do they speak about the problems, or it's like a 20-80 ratio, 60-40 ratio, 50-50 ratio or similar. That's your own judgment that need to play the game. Number three, if you find that these people are mostly naysayers, that, hey, what will happen if you do this, that, so on and so forth, then they are passing off their negative vibrations onto you. Be careful. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, I'm not getting into that. I'm just trying to say that how will you retain your positive energy up? Because at the end of the day, we need to retain our own positive energies. Number four, if you find that these people, every time that they touch onto you, they do not allow you to speak more, or in most of the cases when we counsel, we find that even if they allow you to speak more, they have an agenda. Okay, when will that person finish? Because I need to pour in my stuff out. I'm just allowing that person to speak only because I know that if he or she doesn't speak a bit, then they would gauge me. So if they don't allow you to speak more, or if there's no healthy conversation in totality, then they are not the right family, friends, neighbors, colleagues, so on and so forth. And last but very important point is that usually these people are people who always try to crib on something or the other. If you find that your family, friends, colleagues, neighbors are they who always crib every single time that they get into a dialect with you, it's time that you need to really, really build distance with them. Now, these are the basic things. If you follow, you would see and can understand that, yes, these are the people, in spite of they being my so-called own, etc., etc. At the end of the day, we are all individuals. You cannot cut up relationships with everyone, but you need to distance. If you don't distance, then your energies will get transferred and their negative energies will get transferred. It's your choice whether you would like to retain your positive energy and vibration, because you need to run your own race. Thank you so much.